Role conflict simply means when one person occupies two different roles in your life and each role requires different expectations. Imagine your manager is your friend or your pastor is your boss. You can experience role conflict if you do not know how to manage these two roles distinctively. I need you to imagine this. Imagine I'm holding up a football jersey. Imagine again that I'm holding a judge robe. Can one person wear both? Obviously, yes, but not at the same time. If a judge walks into the courtroom wearing a jersey, he will be questioned. In fact, he wouldn't be recognized as a judge. And if a footballer wears a judge robe to the pitch, he wouldn't be recognized as a footballer. The clothes isn't the problem. The person isn't also the problem. The problem is wearing the wrong role in the wrong environment. And one of the reasons why role conflict is quite dangerous is because people stop recognizing the role and they quickly start responding to relationships that has an emotional benefit. And that is one of the reasons why people struggle to manage one person having or playing two roles in their lives. Role conflict has its own challenges, and one of the challenges is emotional bias. The fact that this person is my friend and this person is also working in my company, when I need to lay staffs off that are not delivering well, I would have a second thought. This particular person is my friend and I don't want to, of course, make my friend jobless. But someone I'm not close to that is just a staff member, I can easily close my eyes to lay them off. For my friend, I have to think twice. Two is favoritism, even if it doesn't exist. So far that this particular staff is your friend, people around generally feels that this particular person is in your favor than any other person in the organization. Three is difficulty setting boundaries. It might be difficult for you to not see your friend as your friend at all at work, especially with friends that do not understand boundaries. You can question your leadership. Four, role conflict can also question accountability. Your friend can think, oh, I'm his friend, we are friends, don't worry, I'll get the job done at my convenience. No, it's going to reduce their level of accountability. If other staff members are accountable and then your friend is not accountable, is flexible because of the relationship, then it's going to really question the health of the organization. The question is not how do I not make people occupy more than a role in my life. Instead, how do I manage role conflicts? The first thing you need to know is this: you need to respect the role before the relationship. Yes, if your boss is your mentor or your boss is your pastor, when you are in church, you relate as pastor to church member. But when you are at work, you relate to them as your boss. The environment determines the role they are to play at that moment. So if you're at work, it is going to be a role of the manager and the employee, or the boss and the employee. Two, always separate feedback from identity. If your boss corrects your work, or if your boss rejected your work or your report alone was rejected, not that your friend rejected you, or however the case is, not that your pastor rejected you. Always separate feedback from identity. That's one of the way you can actually manage role conflicts without being offended. Two different environments, two different roles. Get it? Establish clear boundaries. Something happened while I was staying with a couple of people. I had people working under me that we were staying together, and I noticed when we get home, this particular employee will always want to discuss work-related matters, wants to take permission not to come to the office the following day from me in the house. So I had to state it clearly that anything related to work should stay at the office. Anything that should be official should be official. Anything that has to do with home gist and everything, we can have it at home. But once it is work related, we do not have work related conversation in the house. If I don't establish such clear boundaries, I would only close from the office to start another work at home. You need to develop clear boundaries. It will help you protect both the work relationship and also the informal relationship. Number 4, leaders must communicate clearly. You really need to make it clear to some people who don't get boundaries. Sometimes the leader needs to say this: right now, I'm speaking to you as your manager. Right now, I'm speaking to you as your boss. Some people need to hear this, especially those ones that don't understand the placement of roles. And that simple clarification reduces confusion. In fact, it calls them back to reality. This is it. We are at work, we are not at home. So, right now, I'm communicating with you as your manager, or right now, I'm communicating with you as your team lead. Number 5, build a culture of fairness. If everyone knows in the company that decisions are made based on principle, structure, based on laid down rules in the organization, then they would know to an extent that no decision is being made emotionally. We can't cancel role conflicts. One person can play 3, 4, 5 roles in your life. It is possible. And the healthiest organizations are not the ones that are without overlapping relationships. Every role carries different responsibilities. As a leader, if you play different roles in someone's life, learn how to adequately communicate as such. Have you ever worked with someone who played different roles in your life? Maybe they were your boss and your mentor, or they were your family member and your boss, or your close friend and your boss. What was the biggest challenge you ever experienced? I would love to hear your experiences in the comment section.